Hi, everybody. I hope you had a great holiday weekend. Let me get my sleeves up here. And so tonight we're going to start this little tutorial. Well, kind of a little tutorial. I have to clean my glasses. Hi, Diane. So, Diane, I know you asked if we were going to start anything this week. We weren't, but we are. How's that? I'll tell you why. This little project was going to be the death of me. Hi, Tracy and Lori. And I finally said, enough. I need to figure this out, but I did figure it out. It definitely has been a labor of mathematics, but it's going to be fun. You guys are just going to love it. So it is chipboard. The cover is all chipboard. And what I did is I used what I had left over from our paper pantry. And our paper pantry, of course, they get to get the papers a month before you guys do, and they get us some extra special sheets that aren't in the actual collection. And so we had quite a bit of it left. So, hi, Linda. I wanted to create something that would be super fun, and I'm just really into this. Um, Not journaling, but I want someplace just to put things. Hi, Virginia. So this is what we're going to create. A little bit different closure, but you can use magnets. Tonight, we'll just be creating the insides because you'll see it'll take those three little boxes are going to take a little bit. So I made a closure with punching a hole through all the chipboards and a ribbon, and then it ties at the top. Hi, oh, hi, Miss Luann. And I actually think I'm going to put something here, whether it's a photo mat. I haven't decided yet. See, I left room for that because you can also put a pocket. And so I will have something on here. But the whole idea behind this is these are our garden boxes, or you can use them for anything. They'd be really cute, just for anything that you want. Um, I need to I need to practice putting these type of closures on because I need to come down more. So the prototype is where I get to figure everything out. So that's okay. This one was almost there, but there's still room. I can pop it up. So the boxes are going to open. Right now, I just use my leftover that I did mat with the baby blue, and I just popped some cards inside of there. And I do need to finish more. And then I also have decided you really don't need these tabs. We don't need these, and they're just getting bent up. So I am going to take them off in the tutorial, and you don't have to. Hi, Kim. And also, you can use magnets for your closure here if you don't want to use that, and I just know I got to bring it down further. It's all. So you can also put photos here on the back, and then we have a second box. This is the one I was like, well, oops, but that's okay. I can still get it open. And then I have made with the scraps. I've just put some fold over cards in there for now. And you can use this for a lot of different things. Again, like I said, those tabs, I am actually not going to have them on there. So see, these need to come down. And it now when it flips over, it's not going to lay flat. So you can see it won't lay flat like a page because it's a 3D box. Okay. Then this one I actually got right. I was very excited. Again, I just popped those fold over cards I made with my scraps. And again, these, I'm going to be cutting them right off. I thought I would want them there, but I don't. So you can leave them on. But I realized we don't need them. We don't. Okay, now, excuse me, the boxes we will make tonight because they do take a little bit. And we make them, we mat them, And then again, I left this open for now. You've got a little bit of space if you want a photo mat, which you could do, and I probably will. Let me put these back. Oh, not in that one. And I will get these on correctly this next time. Brenda. Oh, Brenda, thank you so much. I was so excited, but I'll tell you what, I was going to scrap it. You should see my garbage can. In fact, I probably used a whole pack of cardstock figuring this out. I'm telling you, it was a labor of love, and I just absolutely adore it now. It's the chipboard is 5 inches high, and it's I'm not used to little ones. I usually make bigger albums, and so this was fun, and I like the smaller size. So see this, doing the closure this way, it is a little bit of, well, manual labor. So you definitely can use a magnet, and it, I'll have to fix my ends again. So it is a manual labor type thing. So that's going to be up to you. I will remake the next one the same way, just so you know how to do this. And I'm okay. Oh, thank you. I'm okay with that being a manual labor. You just want one that's not going to fray us all. And I was going to add flowers, but you know what? I just don't think it needs it. It's a lovely gift, bridal shower, even for a wedding. Whoops. I didn't put that back in. So I do want to fix that, or I don't want it to get smashed. So that's what seam binding would be good too. So that is, oh, well, I have to put the cards in. Seam binding would work well too, and you can put more than one layer, so I won't tie it now. Or you can just do a magnet, and this can also go on the inside if you'd prefer your whole photo to show, and then you can just tie it closed. Okay, well, let's get started. I am going to go kind of slow because, like I said, I don't want anybody confused. Whoops. So we're going to get just a little piece of lace, but it was in the garbage. We don't want that. We're going to start, whoops, by banging the camera. Sorry. We're going to start by cutting our cardstock. Oh, let's see, everybody. Oh, yes, Monica, I hope you are healing up really well. All righty. Get the camera so you can see my scoreboard perfect, I hope. And we're going to cut 3 pieces of cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and put those up for you so that you can see I got it ready. We want 3 8 by 11 7/8 and 3 2.5 by 4.5. Now those are, you know what? I need to fix that. Whoops, it's 4 5/8. Let me fix that right now. We're going to cut it 4 5/8, but we will adjust it before we put, that's going to be our closure. We will adjust it before we put it on, but I want it to be bigger just for now. So we're going to cut 8 inches. That's what we'll cut the other things from. And then it's 11 7/8. I am using the 100-pound, the green, and I've been really working with it. I'm feeling more comfortable working with it. I'm not getting the cracking before, but you don't have to use 100-pound. You can use a regular weight if you like. Okay, 8 inches and 11 7/8. And my third one, 8 inches, and I'll just keep him out for right now, and 11 7/8. This is what gave me the trouble right here. I could not figure out why my middles were it was math, and I just, yeah, I finally got it. Let's see what green. Oh, it's the 100-pound green. Is it called? I'm terrible, Brenda. I think it's the moss green. Um, I need to look it up. Did we name this one moss green? It's 100-pound artisan moss green, and it is wonderful as long as you squirt a little harder than the others. Okay, let's go ahead and cut this at 4 5/8 because it's not 4 5/8 in width. And then thank you for checking. And 2 1/2. Do you know, I should remember all the names, but I don't. Let's see, I think I can get all 3 out of these. So we'll go ahead and cut this at 2 1/2. And 4 5/8. Now you can get 2. All right. So from one of your other strips, go ahead and cut a 4 5/8 by 2 1/2. And then if you want, on the other one, the one I made, I did angle the pockets. You don't have to. You can round them, you can angle them, and you can leave them. But I'll go ahead. I'm going to angle them again. Is that 2 1/2? That is not 2 1/2. I threw the wrong one in the garbage. No, I did not. I just cut it wrong. You guys, here I go again. Apparently, I don't know how to cut. I was having that problem earlier. Moss green, 100-pound, yes. 4 5/8 and 2 1/2. Okay. Oh, you know what? One other thing. I am going to use my thick so I can go through. So I did punch that out. You can use your envelope punch board and cut an indent. You can also use a die if you like to use dies, and you'll see the section that you'll be able to cut out. But I just use this, and it's nice. You can get your thumb in there, and you can grab a hold of things. Okay. Now I am going to go ahead and just do my angles. On one long side. Okay. All right. Okay, so with this 100-pound, thanks to Sheila for reminding me the Cricut tool is the best. This is, I just can't do it with that one. I am going to put the scoring now up on the board for you. Yes, I actually got it prepared. What happened here to my... There we go. I actually got everything written down for you. So, okay, we just cut 3 8 by 11 7/8, 3 2 1/2 by 4 5/8. Okay, does anybody need to write those down? It's also in the description. Okay. So now here's what we're going to do. We're going to score with the 11 and 7/8 across the top. We're going to score at 3/8 of an inch. We had to, because the paper's only 12. That was my other, I was fighting this and I'm like, we have to go 3/8 because our paper's not long enough. So that's why our little hinge piece, and that one side, that's what this is. So I didn't cover it so you could see. That's going to be the piece that we connect to our book. And 3/8 of an inch is better because then our spine doesn't have to be so big. Okay. Score at 1. Then we're going to score at 5 and 5/8. 6 and 1/4. 10 and 7/8. And 11 and a half. Oh, that's correct. Okay. Now you're going to turn it. I'll put the measurements back up for the scoring, but now with the 8-inch across the top, you're going to score at 3/8 of an inch. And 1 inch. And then I'm just going to flip it to the other side. And we're going to score at 3/8 of an inch. And 1. And the reason I did flip it, you could have just scored at 7 and 7 and 5/8, but sometimes you know how we cut, it's not exact. So now I am going to flip this over, and you want to make sure the 5 and 5/8 and 6 and 1/4 is the center. If you're using a heavy cardstock like this one, because I just want to go over those score lines. And when we do the next paper, I will put the other score marks or measurements up online. But I'm finding with the 100 pounds, I do like to use them for boxes and things. It's just better to do a rescore like that. All right. So we're going to go back to the original scores because we're on page number 2. 11 and 7/8 across the top. And let's score at 3/8 of an inch and 1. Now you can always turn this around if you want to do it that way too. And then 5 and 5/8. 6 and 1/4. 10 and 7/8. 11 and a half. Make sure you're pushing or turn it around. Okay, now the 8-inch, I won't change the score because it's just 3/8 of an inch, 1/2, and 1, 3/8 and 1. Now the other side, 3/8 and 1. Okay, so now I just need to go over my score lines. And sheet number 3. Okay, and your score is at the your scoring is at on the screen. So 3/8 and 1, 5 5/8, and 6 1/4, 10 7/8, and 11 1/2. And then with the 8-inch across the top, we'll score it 3/8 of an inch and 1, 3/8 and 1. Now you can also just go all the way around the perimeter at 3/8 and 1 inch, and then 5 5/8 and 6 1/4. Totally, however you like to score. I will be scoring in my sleep tonight. I'm not kidding you. I spent the day trying to figure out that 1/8 of an inch. It's the craziest thing. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take those scores off unless you need me to leave them up. Does anybody need me to leave them up? Here, I'll pop this up one more time. If you need to write those down. Yes, you can screenshot it. Okay. So, whoops. There we go. Okay, guys. This is where, I'm not kidding you, I'm going to go slow because what we want this to look like is here. And I had to tape my tabs on. I kept screwing up. So, when we get done with cutting, it's going to look like this. The important thing to remember is you're going to have tabs across from each other. And those, but these are the ones that I'm actually, I'm going to show you if you want the tabs, you know, how they fold over when I did that, when I showed you in the walkthrough. That's those. Now, if you don't want them, which I cut some off, then you won't even worry about needing those. I will show you though on this first one, but I will from then out cut mine off. Okay. So scissors. First thing we're going to do is the center section right here. We're going to cut the lines where those are tabs. And that helps me to remember, don't cut them off. Right now, we're just going to go straight up on the center. I'm going to cut off the 3/8 of an inch at the bottom. I'll angle them here in just a little bit. Okay. So these two at the bottom are very important. We have to have these. So let's go ahead, go straight up. Let's cut off the 3/8 of an inch tab. And then the outside 3/8 of an inch tab, I'm going to cut off. Now, I am going to do an angle cut there, just a slight of this outside piece. Your left-hand side, you want to keep square. This side is the hinge, your left-hand side. It's going to change because we're going to be folding this, but right now our left-hand side will stay square. Okay. Now we need to do the top just like we did the bottom. Again, if you decide you don't want these tabs, you can cut them off. And I will after I put it together with you. I don't want them. Okay. So right now we have a tab on the right hand side, top and bottom. Then we have our center tabs. In between the tabs, we're going to cut that off. So see, if you don't want these, you can just cut that off all the way across. We really don't need them. So if you want to use them when your box closes, leave them. If you're like me and you don't want them, I will just put this in my cutter, or you're going to cut by hand. You can cut it. I'm going to put this at the 1 inch mark, just a hair over. And I'm only going to cut it to the first center score line that creates that middle gusset. Or just cut by hand. Okay. So I'm going to cut mine off. This you need to keep straight. Okay. These on the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of an angle. And now I'll go ahead and angle my tabs. And I'll actually be, you know, cleaning them up like I do. But that will just get us started. Okay, this bottom piece. See, I get turned around, guys. This bottom piece is going to come off. Again, you can cut with your scissors just across that score line. Or you can put it in your cutter. At 1 inch, just a hair over. And then just cut to the tab. This square with the 1/2 inch, yeah, it is 1/2 inch. No, it's 5/8 and 3/8. And these outside, I'm just going to cut them straight across and straight down. So that's what it looks like. If you don't want the tabs, if you want your tabs that will close inside of the box, you will leave them on. Okay. Now we're going to burnish our score lines. And we'll clean up everything too. And I didn't burnish the score lines first because I found they're so long. This is easier to work with. Okay, now this is where we can start cleaning up our miter cuts. And I turn it this way so I can see it. Anything hanging over, we trim off. So what happens is those become our closures for our box. Okay. We're just burnishing these. We'll probably have to turn this the other way. So don't worry about which direction you're burnishing. We just want to get those score lines taken care of. Okay. So see, I have a lot sticking out, but I want to keep it straight. So just cut it off to match. There's a lot of cleanup on this little box because we want everything to be nice. And if you're using 100 pound, you might have to go both directions. Okay. This is where we're going to attach our closure. And it does look like, yeah, I'll have to trim these down, but it's better to trim them down than to cut them too small. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. This is our hinge on the left-hand side. What happens is here in a minute, after we mat, you got to mat first. We put our box together. Then our box is going to fold over and it's going to match to the score line that created our hinge. This will fold over and become the flap. And then this is the bottom that will close up. Okay. So, depending, like I said, on the cardstock you're using, you'll just want to reburnish it. And we're going to do it again. Okay. So, I'm not having the tabs. So I'm just going to start by cutting that completely off. Okay, right up to this left-hand side. And then I'll go back to the centers here in just a second, like we did. But I can't cut straight to save my life today, so I'm using my cutter. Okay. So I'll finish it off. Remember, left-hand side, we keep straight. We don't want to miter. Okay. Now we'll do the center. Cut off that 3/8 of an inch. Cut off my 3/8. Then I can miter that, and we'll miter the little tab. Or we can do it when we're folding. Come on. Okay. Let's miter this little guy. Okay, this one This one, we're just going to cut this one out. Oh, actually, we cut the whole thing out. I'm going to go just there. Just a hair past one. Okay. And miter these bottoms. Then I'm going to take these squares out. And we're going to keep it straight. No miters. Okay. Let's go ahead and start burnishing. How are you, Nikki? Well, Nikki, the next tutorial we do to make the cover is going to be either tomorrow or Thursday morning. So you can get on with us. We're missing you too. Okay. You know, the one thing I've noticed with the cotton, I mean, with the 100-pound vellums, it is very cottony. All right. So I think we got that cleaned up. And we'll work on the hinge side that's totally straight. Okay. Fold that over and then keep it straight and just go straight across. Okay. Okay. So again, that will all fold up like so. And there's box number 2. All right, box number 3. I'm just going to start and cut that all the way across. Whoops, I just hit something on the keyboard. I think we're okay though. Alrighty. And let's go up the center. Take off that 3/8 of an inch tab. We need the tab on this right hand side. Cut off the bottom there. We'll just miter that in and miter the top. Okay, this whole thing's going to come off. Oops, that's not how we use a cutter. And then this square needs to come out. All right. Oh, where's my scissors? So I'm just mitering that 3/8 of an inch there. All right, let's see if we need, oh, wow. I don't have to fix that one. That's a first. No, that side looks good. Okay, flip that over. Make sure that's kind of like our little hinge. Make sure it's good. I'm going to do my hinge part real quick and we'll straighten that out, the top. All right. Before we go to the next step, I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. Okay, we have our 3 boxes that are going to be pages. Okay, what we want to do is we want to do all the matting. Everything has to be matted. And that's why we won't get to our, we won't get to the cover. And then I'm going to take that sample one because I want to show you. If you don't have this punch, I like this because it'll go through all layers. But another option, if you really want, if you want to have, you know, kind of an opening there. So I'm going to cut these off because this is the one I made as my sample. And if you want to use your envelope punch board or this cute little thing, you can use that. The only thing is, I'm not going to be doing the matting with you. So you have to also match your matting to it, just so you guys know. But you could probably go through the pattern paper if you're using April Showers, because the way the vellum is, it'll go through it. But and you guys, I've lost my other ruler. I got to go get a new one. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make a 1/2 inch or 5/8 of an inch mark. Okay. From the middle score line, I'll make a 5/8 of an inch. And then to this outside one, I'll make a 5/8 of an inch tick mark. then I'll use my little, either my envelope punch board, or you can use this little guy. He's such a handy little tool. Just line it up there in the center. And then we'll line this one up. Okay. So at least you'll have an opening. And then you'll take your ruler in between the two. And then you'll have an opening there. But you'll cut your pattern paper the 4.5 inches by 5 7/8. And then you're going to have to do the same thing on your pattern paper. Or you can mat it and then see if this will go through it. If this will go through it, that'll work great too. So that'll give you a couple of options. I'm going to just use this one for my thumb hole. Okay. All right, let's start matting. So whatever pattern paper you want to use, I was thinking about using Fresh Picked, but I thought, no, I want to use this because we had so much left from our paper pantry box. So, and I'm just gonna dig into it. I will probably use a mixture of some of my 8x8 because we had a lot of that one left too. All right, let's see here. Okay, the nice thing with the 12x12, because it'll do a lot more, of course. So actually, let's go ahead and go with that. And you guys, you can pick out any that you want. I'm going to start with this one. We're going to grab a box. Oh, yeah. And we're going to go ahead and glue this. See, I knew we are going to have to cut this down, but I'm going to cut it by scissors after we're done here. So, because that's what I did before. But if you want to cut yours, let's go ahead, 4.5. I just want to make sure that I don't cut it too short, but I think we're fine. So I'll just cut it down to 4.5. So if you're writing down the measurements, you're safe. You're safe to put down 4.5. Okay. So this is going to fold over. So I'm just turning it over. And let me put you on mute for just a minute, and I'm going to glue this down. You know, my son does this every time. He knows I'm like at 5:30. He's like, Mom, what's this letter? Son, I don't know. All right, that's going to be our And so this is where you can decide to, if you want to use a magnet. I'm still going to use the brad and we'll do the closure thing. And then if anything is like I got a little bit sticking out there, I'm just going to trim it away. Oh, I'll show you, Nikki. Just after I cut this. This is a little album. We'll make the chipboard cover in another one. And so these are our boxes on hinges so that we can put things in there. I like to put things in there. Let's see. My father used to do that too. He knew, oh, yeah, my son does. And he's like, Mom, what's this for? What's this for? I'm like, Stephen, you're 40. Figure it out. No, I don't tell him that. And then it will close. Oh, yeah, I know you're driving, but I love it. Okay. So now we're going to cut our matting pieces. Oh, you're welcome. It's been a labor of mathematics and love but I'm so glad I got it figured out. Okay, when it closes, so I'm going to do some matting on the insides because you'll see it if you're going to cut it. Then we'll cut our matting for the outside. So we have to also mat in here and all these little pieces and parts. Okay, so pick out your favorite paper or whatever you're using. And these measure 4.5 by 6. Well, they're 4 5/8, but I'm going to cut my paper. So I'm going to turn it this way. And yeah, so I'm going to cut it at 4.5. I didn't double mat the boxes. If you're just using a regular cardstock, you might want to. This is 100 pound. And then I did double mat when I do the matting of the chipboard. And then this is 5 7/8. Okay. So also, I'm just cutting it. I'm enjoying whatever graphic shows up. Anything is fine. Yeah, mine always calls for help. Yes, I am glad that he still calls me. So this is going to be my front piece. So I kind of want to keep things going. So this is going to be for the lid. And it's 2.5. So then I'll cut a 2 3/8. But we'll just have to see. We might have to trim the side. And I'm pretty, yep, sure we are. And we'll cut it down to, or measure yours. Oh, no. It's 4. So I'm going to just take like a 1/16 of an inch off to fit. Okay, that works. So I'll do the same for another piece because we want to put it on one on the inside and one on the outside. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I'm happy with how it turned out. So I'm glad you guys love it too. So there's my front. Now we need a back piece. So once again, I'm just going to cut 4.5. And 5 7/8. And I kind of want to keep that on the back. Isn't that cute? Now, let me cut this at 5 7/8. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I want to use that one. Oh, don't you hate that? Okay, I'm going to cut this one at 5 7/8. Nope, let me cut it this way, 4 1/2. Oh, it is. So this will be the back. It might be the front. I don't know. You guys, I know. So we need to have 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 4 pieces that are going to be 1/2 inch by 5 7/8. So if you don't want to take it from here, which I'm not going to, this extra strip, I'm going to go ahead and cut my 1/2 inch. And I'm going to just leave it at 12 because I'm going to cut them down. So I'll just take 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch. And then we'll cut them at 5 7/8. And we need 4. Now we have 3 gussets here that we have to cover. And they are, let's see. I know I've got some other scraps in here I can use. Or maybe not, because I did clean everything out. Okay, we'll use that. So it only needs to be 4 1/2. These are going to be 4 1/2 inches. So I'll keep this for others. And 1/2 inch. And we need 3. And this piece, I've already cut it down to 4 1/2, and it will work just fine. It's going to go on the inside. Let me tell you how this came out to be 2 3/8, and I just need it so when I cut the hole. Oh, I didn't cut a hole. You guys, that's what it looks like without your hole on your box. Oh, that's funny. I didn't realize I hadn't cut the hole. This one has the hole. And see, you can see it back there just a little bit. So you just need enough to cover. So maybe 2 1/2, 3 inches. Okay, that's really funny that I didn't cut it. Did I do it here? Oh, I did. Okay, well, hey, 2 out of 3 isn't bad, right? Okay, I can set this aside because we gotta ink everything if you want. What I'm going to do is just ink on my larger pieces first. This is what I call those pieces and parts, you know, where we have a whole bunch of pieces and parts. Okay, these are going to be the lid, and I'm going to hold off on those for a minute. I don't want to punch the wrong corners. Okay. Okay, the flowers are my inside. And then this one, which is kind of a continuation. So I'm going to put these down, and then I'll do the little strips here in just a minute. I'll take my two covers, my back cover and that inside piece. This is my front cover. I don't want to put them down. I'm using leftover pieces. I may have had a couple of extra than you guys did, of course, because I actually had grabbed what I made the first. Remember, I made two of them. So, but you can do this with your leftovers. Now, this one was strictly with my leftovers. So this one is, it is from the leftovers of our project I did for the tutorial. And so I had kind of combined a couple of the two sets together because I have to have a set to create and then a set to do the tutorial with. But yes, you can use all your leftovers. Okay, so I can flip it to the back. Remember, your cover, do not, oh, let's go ahead and put these down. Do not put your cover on yet. If you're going to do a closure, of course. And if you're going to use a magnet, do not put this down. So a magnet would go underneath here and then on your front cover. But I'm going to do the brad. And so I can go ahead and put this down. And I can put the front on. Sorry, just wait. Wilbur, take your bowl upstairs. Come here. Okay. Take your bowl upstairs. Go get it. Good boy. See, guys, he's taking his bowl upstairs. Take your bowl upstairs. Don't leave it down here. He needs to put his own dishes in the dishwasher. He's still got rent to pay. Okay. This is the front. This is the back, which will be my house. He brings the darn thing down and he'll throw it at me to get my attention, the bowl. And then he leaves it. Oh, he did. He took it upstairs. Good boy. He'll leave it down here, and then I have to go looking for it in the mornings. So I've told him he's got to take his own bowl back upstairs. I'm not going to take it up for him. And then he won't get fed. And oh my gosh. Wait, I missed. Oh, Nikki, I'm so sorry. Yes, Lori, that's where this idea came from. This is the card box. But we're getting new neighbors next door. Monica, your house sold. You were supposed to buy that, move next door to me. But, oh my gosh, you guys, they have 3 dogs. One of them's a husky. And Charlotte just about lost it because she's not used to big dogs. But this will be interesting to see. Yeah, these do make super nice gifts. Okay, now let's go ahead and I'm going to ink my my strips that are going to go in the gussets. Well, I'm glad they have a husky because huskies do, they're very verbal. Ours were, we had huskies before. And because our beagles are very verbal. So I'm kind of like, I'm so glad somebody would, and it's a perfect because they have a half acre out back for the dogs. Dogs don't bother us anyway. But I'm like, my beagles could have bothered them if they weren't dog people. But Charlotte is not. She's like, no, I don't do big dogs, Mom. Scared her to death. I know, you know what? And I told Rick, if they have trained their dogs not to bark or howl, well, guess what? That's going to change real soon. Oh, yes, the Prima collection is adorable. It's actually online, ready for me to make live. But of course, Prima won't let me. Yes, it is cute. It's very cute. Well, Monica, it was supposed to be you. And see, I could have been taking care of you from your surgery. Yeah, I agree. They do. They're from Arkansas. So, and he's from California, so they're not like Utahns. I mean, no, Utahns are good. Don't get me wrong. All right. Now let's go ahead and fill in our gusset spaces. Oh, I meant to do a dry fit. I did it again. Okay. Do a dry fit, you guys. Sometimes when we hand cut things, this was a little not quite as wide as 4.5. So do that first. And trim as needed. Totally forgot about that little trim I did. That always slips. Exactly. And they've got a huge deck out back, so it would have been a great party deck. Wait, Wilbur, you be nice. He threw Homer off his bed. Okay. On the inside, I'm going to put one of those strips because you do see this. Sort of. But I think it looks better. Well, you do. So there'll be one on the box and there'll be one on this hinge or gusset. So there'll be one on each side. This one we don't do. That's on the inside. And the spam calls, they begin every night at the same time. Okay. So we want one here at the bottom. Again, check your fit. Well, Janice, you know, you'll just move in where we all move in. It's not like there's no invitation. You just come. You know that. Janice, you are the party. Okay? She really is, guys. The new Prima collection is called, but it's their mice again. Oh my goodness. What's it called, Monica? Or Nikki? I can't remember. But I can't have it live until Thursday, so it will be live just as soon I've had it. But Prima doesn't allow us to put it online or we get telephone calls. And it was just crazy. Okay, one needs to go out here and one I'll put here. The name, I can't remember. But it is adorable. Welcome to our garden. Thank you so much, Nikki. Now, let's get out a couple of things. Depending on if you are, okay, that's that one you won't have in the collection. There you go. If you are wanting to do the closure, the swing closure, then what I did is I just used these things. And I used the hat, and I used the box and the grain sacks. Did I use the grain sacks? Yes, but no, I used the book. Oh, but I've already used the book. I don't think I have another one. I just have the little one. Nope, don't have that either. Okay, well, I'll use something different this time. So, because we want to glue these down on some paper. It just makes it better. So I'll use the box again. So I'm not, and I didn't keep those, just so you know. See, I cut them off just to make you feel better. But right now I'm just cutting them off and we're going to glue it down and let them dry. Should have done this first. Then these are kind of big, and that one I used the book, but my book's gone. Let's try him. It's not bad fussy cutting, I promise. Yeah, but if you have the paper pantry, then you probably have these that came in your kit. So, Monica, you should have some of those left over, and you should have them all because I don't think you've started yours yet. Oh, just Wilbur, go lay down somewhere else. He's kicking everybody out of their beds. He's so naughty. This is pretty big. Sorry, I'm going to use the lemonade this time. Okay, so we have scraps. See, I throw them away, but I don't wad them up. That way I can get them in my trash. Okay, I'm just going to glue this down so it can be drying because we want it to be heavier, and then I will cut it all out. Okay, and I like to lay it down like this so that if glue's going to ooze out, it's not going to ooze out onto the the graphic, and then I'll just cut it all off. Yeah, well, you can use some of those for swing tabs because we didn't use them all. Then when these dry in a second, we're going to just cut these out. But they'll be a lot stronger. For instance, that mess, then I'll just cut it off. There we go. Because I put it under the pattern paper. If you're just going to put it through the whole thing, which you can do, then you don't have to try and place it this way, if that makes sense. I think I'll use the lemonade first. Sure your glue's around, and then we can just cut it out. Don't worry about fancy edges or anything, just cut them off. Except for the bow. I don't want to cut it off. Just a minute, go lay down. Oh, he's naughty. Good boy. And he's pouting. All right, now see, you just blend it all in. It looks great. Then it's up to you. Matting. I'm going to use my temporary. And closure. You can put it all the way through your matting and your cardstock. I'm putting it just through my matting, but you want to make sure, hopefully it will swing down. So my lid's up there. Kind of is a guessing game. If anybody has some extra tricks, please holler. I usually just put that down with temporary, but right now I'm just going to, oh, I'm going to use my, I'll show you why. I'm using bigger brads. If you've got little brads, that might be too big, but that's what I had. And again, while I'm getting my brads, I just have to mute you for a second. No, that's my other son. My gosh. Well, yeah. It's like, boys, leave your mother alone. All right. So that is where my hole's going to be. And I apologize for the interruptions, but you know what? When my boys call, I have to, because, well, they just, kids, okay? And they're almost, one's 40, one's 38, but um, it's crazy. Well, Janice, you wouldn't believe it. Wait a minute. We've got a situation. My son he's remarried, of course. They have a baby. And the other mother has decided she doesn't want any of the children. So she's signing them all over to him. And I'm like, this is good for the kids, but oh my. Okay. Anyway, crazy world we live in. Alrighty. But my boys are like, Mom, Mom, Mom. I'm not complaining, but I just feel bad for you guys. All right. Like I said, if anybody with swing tabs has a hint that works really well, please let me know. But it's kind of hit and miss for me. I just pop them down and kind of where it lands, I hope it's good. Now, I do want to punch my hole, so I like to do that, of course, beforehand, because whoops, we can't do it when we put the box together. I just need to get that corner. There we go. Corner down. Okay, let me move those guys. Now, for instance, when this comes down, woohoo, I did it. And that's cute, the picture. Now, oh, it's called homegrown. Okay. Oh, that's right, homegrown. Okay, this is 4.5. So I want to make a mark. If you're doing a cutout with the punch, it's 4.5, so 2.25. Because I do want those in the center. And then, yeah, I'll have it live just as soon as they show it. See, I've already marked mine with the permanent marker. I just mark it where I want it's about 1/4 of the way in of the punch mat. And I make the center here too, which it's easy to tell because this molding here is like your center. And then I just make a mark. Then we're just going to punch that out. Then I'd like to ink that edge. Okay, we're going to reburnish because everything needs to be flat. Okay, so I want you to reburnish these score lines. Oh, Linda, you'll love these guys. We love Huskies too. We've had them. My husband would really like to have one again, but I'm like, no, I don't want to do big dogs again. We've always had big dogs. Okay, now we have these 2 tabs, and this is why they were so important. I'm going to add some adhesive to each tab, and clothespins are going to just be your helper here. So I'll just keep the 2 clothespins out. Okay, we're going to hold that till it comes together. Now this one, you're going to bend it in. gotta let that dry for a second. If you have to, kind of, because you want it, you need it square. All right. Add a dot of glue at the bottom. Okay, let's let that dry for a second. We want it to get a hold of we want the glue to hold. Okay, I'm just going to dot some glue here. Okay, where the score line is where your box will meet. Okay, and just push it out. And then it should already be flush here at the bottom. And I want to just make sure that catches. And then I can get in there with my spacers. Now don't go over that score line, because see, this needs to come over, because that's our hinge. Good old spacers. I think I threw my ruler in the garbage. Okay. Box number 1. Okay, 2 more to go. Same thing. We're just going to get our cardstock out that we want to use. This is one that's not in the collection. This was our paper pantry. So see, when you do the paper pantry, you get extra things that you won't get. I think, oh, I'm going to go with this one. Okay. Let's start cutting. So we've got 4.5. So pretty. By 5 7/8. Let me decide here. Which side do I want to cut off? 5 7/8. So that's going to be my front. Then we need one for the back. I don't like it. So I'm going to use this bottom, and I'll cut it 2 3/8. It's going to go on my flap. So we do need to cut this down just a hair. And then this one, I'll do the same thing, 2 3/8. And that will be fine on the inside. So now we need one for the back. So 4.5 by 5 7/8 will be the back. We don't want to cut this chicken. I'm going to take some off the bottom. I'm going to actually use that. There we go. Oh, I don't know. That might be the front. Don't you hate that? No, I'll put it on the back so you can see the whole picture. There, problem solved. Okay, then we need, I'll set that there. I can use that strip. We need that, piece that's going to be on the inside. I'm just going to cut this to 3, and that's going to go here on the inside. Okay. Now let's just go ahead and cut our 1/2 inch by the 4.5, and that we need 3 of those. This is already 4.5. Perfect. Okay, there's those 3. Then we need 4 longer ones. So I'll take it off of this side. And you'll want 2 strips if you're cutting them from 12 by 12 at 1/2 inch by 5 7/8. See, can you believe this is such a good way to use up scraps? That always moves. There we go. Five 7/8. All right, we have our 4 5 7/8, 3, but we're going to have to trim one of those down. So let's go ahead and start with our back cover. So that's going to be the back, and then we'll start with our lids and inside. Oh, but I'll go ahead and ink everything. So this will be my front of my box, which we'll just set aside. I hope you guys love boxes as much as I do. Of course, a lot of you that have been with me a long time know I love boxes. I have more I don't know why. All of a sudden my brain is saying, time to make more boxes. Make more boxes. Oh, you know what we have to do? Let's go ahead and set those aside for a minute. Let's go ahead and ink our chicken. That's going to be the back. I have to put we didn't put our lid on. All right. Let's do that now. Oh, me too, Monica. Again, check it. Go ahead and cut down to 4.5 if you need to. And I'm just going to cut this one since it's pretty much a given that we need to cut her down. And I need to do the corners. The second one. Okay. This time I am gonna angle those a little bit. Well, I'm off a little bit again. Much better. bet you guys didn't know 3 boxes would take us this long. Okay. This one has my writing, the writing on there. So make sure that's going the right direction. Make sure that goes the right direction. Now remember, if you're doing magnets, don't put the back matting on yet. But if you're not, then we can go ahead and put this down. Okay, now our inside piece. Lots of time. Awesome. Oh, what are you doing? A diamond painting of, Diane? Did I do one? Oh, I did. Okay. Okay. No, we want to do the back. So the back is right here. And that's going to be Miss Chicken. Oh, you're kidding me, Diane. You're going to have to show us because I'm just going to die when I see it. I have one of Beagle's right now up there on my stairs that was made for me. And they're awesome when they're finished. Hi, Sandy. Okay, let's go ahead and if you're inking these, let's get these all inked up and we'll put these down. Now, for those of you that got the paper in the paper pantry, I just can't believe how many projects we've done. I'm excited about them though. And this one, definitely a project I will use. Sometimes they just sit on the shelf or go to the store. So others can see, you know, what was made with them, but I'm going to use these. Okay, am I missing? There it is. One. So Thursday morning, 9 a.m. my time. is when we will make the cover. And that way, those of you who want to join, you like to join live, I have to check something. I knew it. I've got something there. Yep, a dentist. So, oh, well, I hit in the center where I don't show. Oh, you can just message me. Yeah, you can't send one on YouTube, unfortunately, but you can message through Facebook, just where I know we've messaged before. So I'm thinking, actually, you guys, Friday, I have a darn dentist appointment, but you know what? Friday is great. So Friday at 9 a.m. my time, we will make our cover. So I will post in Scrapbookers, and I'll give you the measurements at the end here so that you can cut your chipboard and even wrap it. It will be the lay flat method, but there's 2 hinges and a fold over. So if you aren't comfortable, you can wait and I'll wrap it with you. Okay, let's start with the inside here. And again, I probably have to trim this down. I don't. That's awesome. No, I have to work tomorrow. No. Lexi is asked for the day off. So how can I tell her no? So I'll work tomorrow and then we can do the tutorial on Friday for the cover. And you can have all your boxes made and waiting. Okay, flip it over. And let's do our gussets. Kind of decide where you want them all to be. I have to trim that one. Flowers and one at the bottom. Did I cut an? I may have cut an extra. Oh, well, we need one on inside. We'll go back to that in a second. Oh, Tracy, you have to work or you have a dentist appointment too? Yeah, it's the cleaning. And no, I don't want to go, but I have to. Because then the dentist will start bugging me. Because they'll be like, you know, your insurance pays for this. Well, I don't care. I don't want to be there. I have other things I want to do. Yes, I'm bad about appointments. Okay. Oops. Okay. Put that on the inside. And one on the inside here. Oh, you don't. Oh, yeah, I hear you. All right. We need to reburnish because we've pushed everything flat and we don't want a flat box. But we still have to do our closure also. So we won't quite put this down yet. All right. Now, though, I can kind of shape it a little bit to see with my cover piece. And I think I'll go with this little guy. Like I said, this is a little bit jaggedy, but I am not even concerned about fussy cutting it jaggedy. And I'll just cut my little stem off because we don't need that. Oh. Lexi's got kitties, and one of them acts like Wilbur, so she has to send me pictures to show me how naughty her kitty is. All right, so we're going to hold it right next to there because we don't want it to move. And I will cut my hole here in a second. So once again, I'm just going to kind of put the brad down here. Okay, I think oh, the little Miss Chicken, her name's Thelma, our chicken. I know. Well, we'll say in a minute. And poke my hole. It says kind of a big brad, but I think it's fine. All right. Line everything back up. Come on. And then and you can also just use a pokey tool. Now, where did I make my marks? Not very centered. Well, come on. Yeah, I want it more centered than that. You guys, this paper makes it hard to see. There. My goodness. Wow. That made it hard to see. Make sure that's tight. Here. Oh my gosh, guys. Diane, is it okay if I show it? Look at this. So this is the diamond dot she's doing. And it looks absolutely amazing. That is so pretty, Diane. Wow. That's a lot of work. How long is that taking you to do? Oh, it's gorgeous. So pretty. Okay. Okay, let's make our box. Okay, we're going to start with our tabs. Okay, we'll put those together. Let those dry for a minute. Oh, you're right there with getting it done. Oh, what a great accomplishment. That is so pretty. Okay, let's put a dot down on that tab. I'm just going to let that dry. While it's drying, I'm just letting my son know I'll call him back when we're finished. Yes, I have to punch my notch. Thank you so much, Peggy. Okay, that should be dry. And yes, I was just reminded we need to punch our hole. And again, we need to make a mark. At 2 1/4, or wherever you want, but that's the center. And I'm so glad that you reminded me. Whoops. Okay. While we're punching that hole, we'll just Wilbur, don't do that. This is what I've got sitting with me on my chair because he just has to be in the middle of everything. Oh yeah, did you see that video of him in the warehouse? He was just crazy. Oh, thank you, Tracy. And you guys, this will make such a cute little gift. Make a 4th of July one. Put your 4th of July parade pictures and stuff in there. Quit your boobing. Okay, let's fold that over just to that score line. Okay, just going down. Well, that's what he does when I leave, Diane. It's, you want down? Get down. You would think he's neglected. That nobody cares about him. Okay. Yeah, don't let that bottom slip. Charlotte, no, you're not getting up here. It's not one, it's the other. Okay. And there's box number 2. Oh, awesome. Much better fit. Okay, we've got one to go. Our last one. Okay, let's put the lid on it first. Perfect fit. No, this is just one of my original ones when we made the samples. And I have a yellow one, but those colors are hard to get. I gotta quit saying sorry. And the laser, the laser sometimes doesn't see it. I don't know why, but no, that's a very old one. In fact, I don't know where it came from. I mean, I know where they came from, but it was just in my drawer and I grabbed it. Okay. Let's see here. Well, I had already cut this one. And no sense in wasting it. So I will go ahead and cut that down to 5 7/8. That's going to be the back. And then let's get out a sheet for the front. See what I have left. Whoops. Okay, let's see what happens here. So I'm going to cut 4 1/2. I don't want to cut that off. Four 1/2. And then 5 7/8. Oh, see, you just never know what's going to come out. It's gorgeous. That'll be my front. And I'm going to use the ladybugs. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to cut a 3-inch piece for the inside. Let's take that. 2 3/8. Excuse me. And remember, we had to cut some off, so. We have our front, our back. So we need a piece for the inside or outside, whichever. It's going to be 2 3/8. See if I can get most of that in there, but I don't think so, but it'll be pretty, oh, it'll be close. Perfect. So that'll be the outside lid. Okay. Then we need to cut our strips. And this isn't 12, so I need to cut 3 1/2 inch. Yeah, we like our laser to they are fun. And excuse me, so I just want to have it going that direction. These are going to be my 3 1/2 inch ones, but I'm going to have to trim them down. I mean, they're all 1/2 inch, sorry. My 3 that are 4 1/2. Okay. And 4 1/2. Oh, there it is. And 4 1/2. Okay, and these are going to be our 5 7/8. I think I may need one more strip. I will need one more, I think. Yes. So I'll just take it off of here. Okay. We're all set. We'll just go ahead and ink the big ones first. And you know what? I think I'll make this the cover since the box matches better. So that'll be the cover. This will go on my back. Okay. The 3-inch piece, I'm just going to pop inside so we don't have to trim that or miter anything. Excuse me. Okay. It's going to go on the outside of the flap. Okay, what do I do with my corner trimmer? Oh, there it is. go ahead and just put this down. And the inside. Okay, let's put these guys on the inside. And for the back, I decided on the window. Okay, I know it's the matting. It just, I mean, the strips, there's so many of them, but it doesn't take too long, really. Oh, there's my fonts. Okay, we're almost there, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and get this inside piece. And let's flip it over. And then our last small one will go at the bottom. Okay, we're almost there for sure. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, just kind of close the box up a little so we can see where we want to put our swing tab. Now I'm going to take a little bit off of the actual box to make it a hair smaller. And then, like I said, I just cut right across the top. Yes, I did cut off my little plants, but that's okay. Oh, let's ink that up. This is the one that's probably the most trickiest. Okay. Just so I have an idea where the hole needs to go. Okay. And kind of turn it. Let's bring that down a little more. I can see it this time. If I had to, I could definitely poke another hole and cover it, but I think this is going to work this time. Yeah, so I can't really give you a measurement because it's hard to tell. You just kind of have to wing it. But it definitely is nice to use something else other than magnets. Okay, let's punch our hole or whatever you're using. And again, I'll mark it at 2 1/4. This is why we can't make the cover tonight. These 3 little boxes do take a while. And these do make nice pull tabs if you keep yours. All righty. Once again, I'm just going to go through and reburnish my score lines because we won't have a chance once it's a box. Oh, and I want to ink that inner edge. Okay, tabs first. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a minute. And are you guys ready? I'm going to give you the measurements for your chipboard while that's drying. Okay, you need 2 pieces that are 5 by 6 1/4. So let me write these down as we go. 2 5 by 6 1/4. Whoops, wrong one. Oh, let me fix that. It's not 61, it's 64. I mean, it's not what just happened here, guys. Let's see if it put it back that way. There we go. You need two. This is your chipboard. And then you need two. Well, it did it again. Hold on. No, it's my typing. So we need two 2 5/8 by 6 1/4. Okay, those are going to be your spines. And I am doing it the lay flat method, so you will still, if you're going to pre-cut all your cardstock, it's an inch bigger on your 5-inch pieces, and then it is the 1.5 inches on each side of, your hinges, or you can wait and I'll cut it. Be cutting mine with you. But if you want to have your chipboard cut, this is not fixing for me. There we go. And then you want, for that fold over piece, 1 3 by 6 1/4. Okay, so your first one is going to be your covers, 2 5 by 6 1/4. Your hinge pieces are your spine pieces are 2 5/8 by 6 1/4. And then our fold over is 3 by 6 1/4. Okay. And of course, I'll give those again in the tutorial. There we go. It wasn't square. Okay. We're almost there. Okay, let's fold these over. Sure. Things are down. Oh, yay. And all the tabs work. So that is the 3 boxes. And of course, yours may look different because I'm using what's left over. And then we will create the cover so that we can put these down on Friday morning. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was long, but you can fast forward. But it wasn't too bad. It was only 2.5 hours. So it's going to be a super fun project, super fun for gift giving. I just love it, guys. So I hope you have the rest of your week goes wonderful for you. And I will see you again on Friday morning, and we will finish this off, and you'll have another fun project you can even work on in this weekend. Oh, thank you, everybody. I hope you guys love making it. It is fun. It's just a little slow. It's not quite like our pages, but I just love it. I just love that it's something different, and it feels so summery to put our memories in. So, yes, thank you, everybody, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye bye.